Hi, this is Kevin Westerling, Chief Editor of Water Online. I'm reporting live from WEFTEC 2017. I'm here with the VP of Marketing for Trojan UV, Jen Muller. Jen, how you doing?
Hi, Kevin. Good.
Thanks for joining us. Now, Jen, Trojan UV recently launched the Trojan UV Flex, which is a product for UV disinfection and UV oxidation for both water reuse and drinking water. So can you tell me a little bit about that product and its applications?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Like you mentioned, it's the Trojan UV Flex, which is our latest pressurized closed vessel system. It uses the Trojan UV Solo lamps, which we've used in other products. What's unique about this particular design is how small the reactor is. You can see an installation here. This is a drinking water plant in Germany, and you can see how small the system actually is.
Can you tell me a little bit about the product development process and what was unique about that?
Sure. So what was important for us, we had two main goals with the development process. One was to get it to market, get the product to market as quickly as possible. And then secondly was to make sure that our customers were involved throughout the development process. So to make sure that the design features and the user experience with the product was as positive as possible. So we use techniques like CFD modeling, computational fluid dynamics modeling. We did rapid prototyping, and we also did 3D printing. This is a 3D printed model of the reactor. And so we could do that with the components to make sure they fit properly, make sure the reactor is designed as efficiently as possible.
So Jen, you talked about both drinking water and water reuse, and we know water reuse is trending up in the industry right now. So you want to talk a little more specifically about this product as it relates to water reuse?
Yeah. So the Trojan UV Flex is applicable for water reuse. It's pressurized, like I mentioned, and it is applicable for both indirect potable reuse as well as potable reuse. So what it provides is the ability to treat a very high flow of water in a compact footprint, which is our goal with these large installations.
So we've moved our position here in the booth, and we're now in front of the Trojan UV Signa. Now, Jen, I understand that there was a recent ribbon cutting for the Terrence J. O'Brien Water Reclamation Facility here in Chicago, and that this was used in that facility. Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah, so the Trojan UV Signa is installed at the Chicago plant here. They did their ribbon cutting actually last year, so the system's been running for a while now, which is great. They're open for tours, so if anyone wants to go tour the facility, you can do that through their website. What's unique about this installation is that it's the first of the 10 largest plants in the US to adopt UV disinfection, so we're really excited about that. It has 896 Trojan UV Solo lamps, which you can see here in the display. So it sounds like a lot of lamps, but considering they're treating 530 MGD, it's totally manageable for a plant of this size.
Jen, I believe there's yet another installation that I'd like to talk about today, and that one is in Toronto, the Ashbridges Bay wastewater facility. Can you tell us about that and the UV in there?
Yeah. So that project actually, believe it or not, started about 20 years ago. The city started looking at UV disinfection back then. We participated in some early piloting work to demonstrate that UV worked, but it really wasn't until the Trojan UV Signa came about that really made UV disinfection feasible for a plant of that size.
So what about the Trojan UV Signa makes it a good fit for that Toronto plant that you're talking about?
What was important to the city of Toronto was obviously cost. That's important to everybody. They were also very conscious of environmental impact. So what was important to them was a small footprint because they didn't want to do a lot of excavating. They didn't want to build a big building.
Right.
So keeping the UV system as compact as possible for even a large plant was key to them. What was also important was the electrical use. So for a UV system, obviously we run UV lamps, so it does draw energy, but the city really wanted to minimize the electrical consumption. So with the Trojan UV Signa combined with the UV Solo lamps was the best fit for footprint and low electrical use.
All right. Well, thanks for all that information. You're doing great.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.